So it's 2 a.m. and I started thinking about how I've wasted my life, how I've been so scared to make so many decisions in my life. I've been so scared of making the wrong decisions. And what better time to make a Minecraft world and just talk about it? I tend to feel like I'm the only person that's going through these feelings, like the fear of death, the fear of failure, and I think all of us just think of it from such a centric point of view, never really thinking about it outward. That's kind of the point of this video. Is I want to be able to talk and maybe help somebody out there. The truth is, I struggle a lot when it comes to feeling like I'm wasting my life away, feeling like I'm making the wrong choices in my life, how I'm gonna come to this one big crescendo moment where I'm gonna realize like I wasted it all, or like it was all for naught and it was all just kind of pointless. I never really told anyone this, but I always imagine myself like 80 years old. It's always the same hospital room. I don't know where I got it from, but I'm in the hospital, and sometimes I have loved ones there, sometimes I don't. Sometimes it's a family I've thought up in my head, my future family, my future wife, kids, whatnot. Sitting there at my deathbed, and I always sit and wonder, like, do I regret living? Do I regret my life and the choices I've made? This is obviously stemming from the fears that I'm having right now. This isn't me looking into the future. This is a look into my current self and what I currently think of things. When I think about dying, when I think about what I leave behind or what I experience after death, that's where I start getting really existential, and I start to have many panic attacks, and I start to question, what am I even doing? Here I am, sitting in my bed at 2 o'clock in the morning. I can't sleep because I'm worried about my life and worried about what happens after. And every time I think about that, I realize that I am being silly. Like, I am so small. You are so small. You who is listening. We're all so small. That may feel like there's no point to living. And that's typically the vibe I get whenever I am having these thoughts. I tend to get a little nihilistic and start thinking, our life and the universe existed hundreds of millions of years before I was around. It's gonna continue for hundreds of millions more. So what's the point of living? And that, there's really not many counter arguments to that nihilistic perspective, but there is a counter argument to it for your life. You as an individual, there is a counter argument, and it's living a nihilistic life. What kind of life is that? That's beautiful. What kind of life is a nihilistic life? What's the point of thinking like that? Why does it matter? What's the point of living? I feel like so many of us are scared to do what we want to do, be it family expectations, societal expectations, your own personal expectations. I myself find making certain decisions that I want to do hard, because even though I know deep down it's something I really want to do, I wonder, what will other people think of it? And that's even something that crossed my mind when making this video. If somebody that I know sees this video, what will they think of it? And it's such a silly thing to think about, because for one, it doesn't matter, because just like you, they're living their life. They're living it day by day. And they're just as clueless as you are, just as clueless as I am. We're all so clueless, and we're all so self-absorbed in our own lives that at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what I do. I truly believe that we're genuinely all so scared to just be ourselves. And I know that sounds so cliche, just be yourself, dude, just be yourself. But it really does feel like we never are who we want to be, and I'm tired of it. I'm so tired of living my days, my precious days. I was thinking about that tonight. Is 1 year. We're approaching New Year's, and 1 year of my life has passed, and what have I accomplished? A lot of people can think of it as, it's just 1 year that's passed. That's no big deal, right? But If you really think about it, I mean, if you live 80 years, which is, about the average life expectancy, that's 1/80th of your life. I mean, if you were just told that you have spent 1/80th of the money you'll ever make in your life, you'd probably be freaking out a little bit. You'd probably be like, oh, wow, like that's crazy. And the funny thing about money is that we don't know that. Like, I can't say for certain that I've spent 1/80th of the money I'll ever earn this year. At least I hope I haven't. But I can say for pretty certain I'm pretty close to hitting that 1/80th of my life I lived, this year. And if I could do it over again, would I do things differently? I think I definitely would. I think I would do things differently. You always tend to think back to things you wish you could have done. I do that all the time. And I think that's just kind of in human nature to just wish that you had done things slightly differently. But you can't do many things differently. You've already lived those parts of your life. You can't go back. And I find myself looking back all the time, thinking about things I wish I would have done differently. This year, I think, was my biggest breakthrough in realizing that I've always known that that type of mentality is flawed, but I didn't really know the solution to that flaw. And what I mean by that is I would always think back to things I wish I had done differently. Me personally, I wish I would have spent more time with friends and making more friends when I was younger. I wish that I wouldn't have dropped out of school that first time. I wish that I would have a clearer path on where I want my career to go now. I have so many regrets and so many things that I wish were different. And up until this year, I looked at them as just what they were, regrets. But I think this year was my breakthrough in realizing that regrets are your way of telling yourself you wish that you were different. Your regrets from earlier in life, or even just last year, last week, couple years ago, most of those regrets you have, I can almost guarantee, are regrets you'll have about your current form, your current self later on in life. If right now you wish that, you had more friends when you were younger, probably 5 years from now, you'll wish that you had more friends now. And if wish you were more active 5 years ago, you probably will wish you were more active 5 years from now. I think that the regrets you have about your life, instead of looking at them as past tense, I think in most circumstances, you can look at them as present tense. Now, of course, most people, we grow and we change. A lot of us have probably overcome some of the regrets we have, but we are human. And I think that 90% of the regrets that we have from when we were younger definitely still pertain to our current life. At least that's how it is for me and people that I see around me. And I honestly think that's a beautiful way of looking at it, is I've always hated regrets. I've always hated that I can't go back and change them. And I would often fantasize about being able to go back. I can't be the only person that thinks about like, oh man, what if my current mind went back in time and I lived my life all over again? And this year was that breakthrough year that, wow, I'm going to have that same thought 10 years from now about where I'm living right now. Like, how, you wish you could probably, go back with your current mind and relive 10 years ago. In 10 years from now, you're going to feel the same way with where you're standing at right now. And that's a powerful feeling if you let it be. The way that you can let it be powerful is by not letting life control you and not taking everything so seriously. I feel like we're all so scared to make mistakes and to be made fun of or to be rejected or have to deal with the consequences of our bad actions if they are a mistake that we sit in a stagnant bliss. Eventually, it stops being a bliss and becomes such a burden. And I, more than anything, don't want to be sitting at my deathbed wishing I had done things differently. I so desperately don't want that for anybody. That's my biggest fear, is to sit there at my death's door regretting, thinking back, man, I wish I did this, man, I wish I did that. And honestly, the way my life's going, I haven't made enough changes to where I'm confident that that isn't my future. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. If you made it this far in the video, seriously, thank you guys so much. I've never done this style of video before, and honestly, I'm not very comfortable doing this style of video. Definitely have a lot I can probably work on and get better at. But it is my first time doing it, so if you did enjoy, please make sure to leave a like and comment to show your support. I truly appreciate it. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.